All right, my friends, how are you today? Hey, Aaron here, bringing your daily horoscope for Saturday, the 10th of October, 2020. Got the moon in the later degrees of Cancer, sun still in Libra. All right, two cardinal energies. We have a lot of cardinal energy going on right now. The cardinal energy is the bringer of change, this great force that takes over the other energy. Okay, so the moon reminding us to be emotional, reminding us to be compassionate, reminding us to be vulnerable. Okay, the moon is going to be opposing to Jupiter, opposing to Pluto, and opposing to Saturn. Sorry, Saturn's the last one. So right here around noon, where I've got the chart pulled up to, Saturn is opposing the moon here. Okay, and this is balance. Okay, this is all about balance. Where here it's cutthroat business, business, business. Okay. And if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. And in business, we have to separate ourselves from our emotions. Okay? And business can be cutthroat. And we have to move forward in this direction and sever ties. You know, it's just like, all right, Mars is retrograde. We don't have to force things. We have the option to look at things differently. Right? Eris is here. Let me pull Eris up. I mean, we get it. We know what Eris is all about. Eris is the goddess of discord, right? It's how we deal with information. Here we go. There's Eris, just 2 degrees away. Okay, how we're dealing with information. Okay, we choose to be combative. We can choose to look at it from a compassionate place. Okay, and that's the goal. That is the goal of this day. Is no matter what's going on, business world. In understanding our own authority and understanding the outside authority, our personal authority, the outside government, the personal government. Again, every dollar that we spend is a vote. No matter what country we're in, we're voting for something, and how we're choosing to respond with our emotions is also a vote. What kind of world are we trying to create right now? We're not trying to change anyone else. We're trying to change and heal ourselves, right? So what are we voting for? Are we voting for balance? Are we voting for peace? At the same time, we have to all get it together. We have to be on the same page, right? So this is like saying we need 4 strong legs to make this table, and everybody has to do their part. And if this leg over here is not doing its part and holding the weight, that means the whole table is unbalanced and is going to fall over. Okay? So we have to figure out what it is that's creating this imbalance. What is going on here with this particular leg that's not sturdy? Those ST, Saturnian words, right? Strong, sturdy, stern. So what is up with this one leg? Is this part of ourselves? Okay. Is this leg a reflection of ourselves? Is this leg a reflection of us in the authoritative power, not being able to communicate what is necessary for this leg to be sturdy and strong? Again, every individual we meet is a reflection of ourselves, right? And says the sun balanced here in Libra, you are my greatest strengths and weaknesses. I am your greatest strengths and weaknesses. And together we come together, right? Reflections of ourselves come together to learn from one another. Okay, so is this leg that's imbalanced, or this person that's not pulling their weight that's on our team? Okay, if I'm stepping up and being the leader, okay, which is we're all being called as to be the leader, and to be able to communicate with compassion, to communicate with empathy, okay, to our own reflection. It's interesting. So a lot of like corporate CEO bosses, things like that, right behind them in their office, or a complaint department, okay, when an employee comes in to talk about whatever is going on, or to form a complaint or something, there's usually a mirror behind old boss's head. Okay, or a lot anyway. This is a psychological trick. People don't like to see themselves angry. Okay, so when they're seeing a reflection of themselves back, they don't like to see themselves angry, so they soften their tone. They soften their look, their scrunched face. Okay, so when we're recognizing that everybody else in our environment is a reflection of us, and how do we want to treat ourselves? How do we want to be treated? How do we want to treat them? How do we want to treat our reflection? Coming from a place of authority. How do we want to treat the other to create balance and harmony in all our relationships? Okay? It's a pretty cut and dry day. That's the meat of what's going on. As well, I mean, we still have Mars, creating the square to Pluto. Again, this is also about creating balance in me and ours here in the public image. How am I being viewed in the public image? Again, how is my reflection here being viewed? Okay? And am I being combative? Am I fighting? Or am I learning to communicate with peace? Communicate with vulnerability? Okay? And we have here, this is the last thing I want to talk about, Venus, okay, creating that sextile to Mercury still, okay. So Mercury's slowing down, so Venus is going to be catching up over the next couple of days because Mercury's about to retrograde, okay. So this Mercury sextile to Venus, although Mercury's the faster moving planet and would normally just zip right ahead, the next couple of days we get this, this sextile longer than we normally would. Okay, which is about being passionate about our services for other people. Okay, this is being there for others. In general, this is being there for others and learning, to be beyond ourselves, our own ego, our own emotions, our own thoughts, our own things, our finances, our own drives and desires, and says, how can I be here for you? How can I show up for the leg of the table that's not holding its weight? How can I be here for you so that you can do what you have to do? Okay, so now Venus sextile to Mercury, this is about deep, vulnerable communication, open communication. Okay, again, sometimes we think that communication or talking about a problem is going to be an argument. That's not necessarily the case, and it's up to us right now to rewrite that script. Venus is well about what we love, want, and desire, being in this place of service, the house of bread, and Virgo, okay, creating a septile to the South Node. The South Node still septile to Chiron, Chiron still septile to Venus, and Venus exact trine to Uranus. Okay, so beside this cardinal energy that's going on about bringing balance, a lot of this has to deal with Venus. Like this particular day deals with Venus and being breakthrough. Okay, breakthroughs. Again, in services we provide to other people, this partially deals with our communication. Okay, and we're able to have breakthrough communication. Okay, these two are creating an opposite. Okay, where traditionally things in the past might have gone this way. Well, Mercury is saying let's switch the script up. Let's talk about these deep. Let's talk about our secrets. Let's talk about these vulnerable aspects of my life. And I feel very passionately drawn and moving toward this direction. Okay, so this 9-degree Uranus to Venus here is powerful, and break through and create, love what you're doing, and being so in love with what you're doing that it doesn't seem like work. It doesn't seem like a job. Maybe this isn't a job, maybe this is a side hustle or just something that you feel called to do, to provide, to be there for others. Okay, so we're stepping up, all right? And not only that, we're taking the initiative in our personal healing and letting go of the past and bringing healing to ourselves, okay? And Venus is saying, yes, if I stay committed to doing this work, then the release happens. If I stay committed to doing this work, the healing happens. If I stay committed to doing this work, money will follow, okay? And by staying committed to this work, I'm also not afraid to communicate those deeper, harder, more vulnerable aspects of myself that I want to manifest here, okay? And that's where this little opposition comes into place. Not everything that's a difficult conversation has to be an argument. Not everything has to be combative. All right. So this continuation, this great start of our weekend here on Saturday. All right. So the sun's going to be in Cancer until, sorry, let me come back here for a quick second because it's going to move out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Then we're going to enter the sign of Leo right there at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so we're getting away from those cardinal squares, but it's necessary, again, to bring the balance to ourselves, bring the balance to our lives, to understand as well the reflection. It's all about the reflection, and then stepping up and saying, I have this Leo power You know, there's this power of the sun connected with my emotional needs right now. So my emotional needs is telling me to be the one to step up, to take the initiative, okay, to move in a certain direction, to not be afraid, right? Be afraid of nothing right now. And everything that we want to manifest into our lives, we can. The open flow of communication, we can manifest that, but we can take the initiative on doing something. We don't have to wait for it to come to us. We can take the initiative. If we don't know how something is going to fall or open up, it's okay. We're leading with our hearts, right? We're leading with our hearts. And we're showing up for others. Unconditionally, says Venus. Unconditionally showing up. It doesn't matter how the cookie crumbles. We have to show up and do our job, right? So whatever it is that you're doing, do it with love, do it with joy, do it with fearlessness, okay? Do it with an understanding that everyone is a reflection, and we're reflecting back to ourselves. And let's be there for other people to help them up the stairs, to help them down the stairs, whatever is going on, right? So there's a bigger picture, and we're all a part of it, and stepping up to be the leaders in our lives and for others as well is part of this balance that's going on. So my friends, have a beautiful Saturday, and we'll see you tomorrow.